Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Keys Boxing Gym Talk. I'm your host, K Rob 216. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys are having a beautiful Sunday morning. So I know I made a video late last night in the aftermath of the Tank versus Roach fight, but I want to give it a little update though because there's just a lot of I had some drinks last night or whatever. I want to wait till the storm died down too, man. So before we get into that, I would like you guys to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, please. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff going on Twitter. A lot of backlash Tank is receiving. He deserved it though, man. He deserved it. All this tough talk, all this talk on Twitter, all these months. You the A side. You control everything. So you got an opinion on everybody in your weight class or around your weight class. Just matter of fact, any boxer, and you critique them. You're gonna have to man up, and you're gonna have to own this one, bro. You're gonna have to own this one. You're gonna have to just give it. You can't have no excuses. We don't hear about no injuries or nothing like that, bro. I mean, only excuse that I could think of that is acceptable to the public is that you underestimated Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach had a very good game plan. A very good game plan. A lot of people thought he won, and with good reason, because he landed the cleaner shots and he landed more shots too. Landed a lot of them. Tank, his thing is, he's gonna let you get what you gotta get off, and he's gonna take those losses in those first few rounds, 3 or 4 rounds, before he starts to pressure you or whatever. So he expected that. Lamont Roach expected that also, but then he had what I like to call a bullet in the chamber. He had ammunition. So whatever Tank was gonna bring in the middle rounds and try to stop him, he was prepared for that. To fight back, counter him, landing some clean shots, trading with him at times. And it's just I don't think Tank wasn't ready for that. He thought that he was going to succumb to his pressure and then start throwing wild punches, just like his previous opponents do. They throw wild punches when he's pressuring them. He counters them, catches them with a clean punch. This is what he does. This is what Tank does. Roach wasn't going by that playbook. He wasn't going in there just to get a paycheck. He was going in there to win. And I have to apologize myself because I didn't give him a chance in the world. I think the odds were 16-1. I thought that was right. But he proved me wrong, and he has something to prove. I was listening to everybody talking about the few people in the hardcore boxing world, like the Greg Hackett's and stuff like that. That man Greg Hackett know what he talking about. He said this was gonna be a good fight. He said they know each other in the amateurs. They're familiar with each other's style, and he was right. He figured Tank out. I think he kind of lightweight exposed Tank for real. I honestly do. I think he's something I'm not, and please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm saying as far as his mentality goes now, but skill-wise, it's something like Deontay Wilder's. That's what I seen last night. All you got to do is just show Tank that you can take his punches, you're not scared, and just keep pressing him. He doesn't know what to do. He didn't have a plan B or C. He just went in there with the plan A. I don't know why his coach Calvin Ford was on the sidelines. Yes, I don't know if it's health issues or something, but his other coach came in and took over the fight. I guess they took over the training camp. We don't know. I don't know for sure because we wasn't in his training camp or whatever, but that's what it looked like, and it just didn't look like regular Tank. With Calvin Ford, I think things probably could have been different. If he was in his face. I know he was on the side of him, but just having him in his face and then telling him, and then, talking about what they worked on in that, that 12-week camp or whatever, and it probably could have worked. But, nevertheless, though, Tank did, he pulled it out. He got, what people would say, a gifted draw. I think, personally, it could have went either way. I did want to see a winner. I did want to see the underdog win. I love when the underdog goes and upset the odds. But just like what Greg Hackett said, though, man, he said it on his Twitter. He hates these A-side, B-side fights because it's ruining boxing. They want to keep the money going. You see, the Barclays was sold out. They don't want that man to lose. They lose some of that fan base. That's money out their pockets, the Barclays. Whoever runs the Barclays and people that are employed and stuff like that, they banking on Tank to win. And I think the judges know that too. and so that's why a draw was called or whatever. Like I said, I'm not going to dispute the draw. Wish it could have been different though, but I did. But Lamont did a lot of great things in there, a lot of great things, and pressure going to be on Lamont Roach too, because people are going to want to see him. As he's going to, he has 10 knockouts and 25 or 26 victories. So he has a very low KO percentage. And he's going to sell out, get the people what they want, and put himself in harm's way with a chance of him getting knocked out? Or is he going to go and try to gain his way, his fans the organic way? Just winning and winning. But I'm a fan of him, though. I'm definitely a fan of him. Definitely want to see some more. Like I said, underestimating him because he has that one loss to Jamel Herring. And Jamel Herring was a good champion himself too. He beat some good contenders. Name one. He retired Carl Frampton or whatever. So we can't take nothing away from him. You can't. Styles just make fights. And Tank Davis, he just got to go back to the drawing board and try to find that fire. That fire again. He's talking about he's going to retire 2 more fights, but now I think he's going to reignite the fire because now he says more like 4 fights. He has something to prove. But you saying you're not going to give Lamont Roach a rematch, that kind of just lets me know that you're not out here trying to fight the best. You're worried about money. So you're not about to risk your O by fighting Lamont Roach. I hope you step up your game, and I hope you fight better competition. Like I said, your biggest victory was Jose Pedraza. People will say, Ryan Garcia is his biggest, I would say it's his biggest fight as far as making money, but we all know he took advantage of Ryan Garcia. I think he would probably, he's damn near a welterweight. He's a big fighter. He was skinny bones the night that they fought. Yes, he accepted that, but he won. He accepted it. He signed the dotted line. I got to it with somebody on Instagram about that, but it still doesn't matter. Tank Davis went up to 140 before, and he got a victory and got a belt. The WBA regular title against Mario Barrios. He took advantage. The rehydration clause charging him $1 million per pound, the next day or whatever if he weighed more than such and such. So he took advantage. And like I said, his biggest victory was Jose Pedraza. It was on even playing field or whatever. No catch weight or anything like that. But yeah, man, he gonna have to prove himself, man. He's definitely going to have to prove himself. His second biggest victory, it could be Ryan Garcia or Leo Santa Cruz, but that just lets you know the caliber of opponents and stuff like that he's faced. He's not taking any risks. People want to say Shakur Stevenson hasn't fought anybody. Shakur Stevenson fought Oscar Valdez. After he fought Robeson Consequio, he fought everybody, the top people in their division, though. That's the thing about it. Tank didn't ever want to take these risks like Devin Haney did. They can say what they want about Devin Haney. Devin Haney went overseas to Australia twice to get the undisputed strap and then to defend his undisputed strap against, George Kambosos. He did his thing. He fought Regis Prograis. He did, y'all both got Gamboa under your belt. It's not like a major accomplishment because he's way past his prime. But still, Tank, you need to, you need to step it up. Leonard Ellaby, he's currently on Twitter now as I speak, arguing with people back and forth about a cherry pick going wrong. Leonard Ellaby got some things to think about too. You're going to keep insulting people's intelligence like this, and let's just be the real. He hasn't fought anybody yet. Like I said, with Roach, though, man, I can't wait to see his next fight. I want to see what he does other than somebody like Tank outside the ring. Yes, I have seen him fight before, but he got this newfound fame, this newfound confidence. There's about to be money on the table. He's not trying to let that go for nobody, this opportunity. So I'm definitely want to see him and get in that ring again. I would love to see it against Tank again, but like we said, we know what Tank is. Tank doesn't want to risk his zero. He's not trying to mess up his money. He cares about the money over the legacy, which is fine. But just don't go out here saying that you're the best. When you retire, that you fought the best, because you surely didn't. And and Lamont Roach, he showed you, that you haven't fought the best yet. This is a man coming from 130 pounds, moved up, and yes, Lamont Roach has fought at lightweight before, so I'm not going to do that. But a lot of people underestimated him. I underestimated him too. You know, that man has a strong amateur background. I always say that every time, that amateur experience is everything when it comes to the pro ranks. And I think he has just as much as amateur fights and just as much amateur achievements as Gervonta Davis. And me, myself, I can take accountability to that. And then I seem to forgot about that. That was like a lost thought. But he did his thing, though. And it was way different from when he fought Frank Martin. Like I said, Frank Martin started his boxing career at 18 or something like that, you know, so he didn't know what to do. He was inexperienced, bagging up, scared and stuff like that, scared to trade with Tank Davis and stuff, scared to land, didn't believe in his punches like Lamont Roach did. So, yeah, man, it's levels to this, and Roach showed that he's a level or two above Frank Martin by his performance last night. And we would, you know, and I think a million others around the globe, as they're very proud of you, brother. And I just seen Tim Bradley just go live. So, you know, I have to see that. I have to see his opinion. So, you guys, I will be dropping some videos on the cards that happened. You know, Alberto Puello, Sandra Martin, and I will be talking about Gary Russell, his victory over Venezuela. So, thank you guys. You have a good morning. I will drop another video in the afternoon. I will see y'all.